Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and endermen, zombies and chickens, iron golems of all ages, and everyone else. Welcome to Binging Barbie. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host. As a child, he yearned for the mines. Jay.
You know me, always yearning for those mines, I guess.
Yes. I don't know what I was doing there. It was kind of going into Jack Nicholson. Anyway, this is a podcast about toy media franchises, 2000 nostalgia, and whatever else we want to talk about. And this week we are here to talk about the newly released a Minecraft movie.
Yeah, a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie, yes. And joining us, we have a special guest. I'm a better sister to Jay than you will ever be, Emma.
Hello.
When I heard that line in the theater, it made me laugh, not because of the line, but because I knew exactly what line John was going to be introducing Emma with. I knew at that moment I had to keep reminding myself throughout the movie so I wouldn't forget, because it happens pretty early.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
Early-ish.
Early of the mid movie.
Yeah.
it's like at the beginning of the third act, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's long
this
enough
is a
in the
weirdly
film.
structured movie. Yeah, maybe 45 minutes in. But yeah,
Somewhere.
anyway, Minecraft. This is the
Minecraft.
long-anticipated Minecraft movie.
It was anticipated.
Long in development, we shall say. I think studio executives haven't been anticipating the money it's going to get them.
I mean, you and I, we've heard rumors about this film a decade ago.
Yeah.
So, we've known that something was happening, but, it took a long time, just like FNAF. But, FNAF finally got made to the point where this year, I think, as well, we're getting a second FNAF. So,
Yeah, they just did the trailer for that.
yeah.
Something we may or may not be talking about on this podcast.
Did we talk about the first one?
We did not.
Okay. But Megan 2.0 is coming out this year.
Yes, Megan is also. Yesterday was a big day for trailers for stuff that we may or may not be covering on this podcast.
Oh,
but yeah, this
okay.
Minecraft. This was released
Minecraft.
April 4, 2025, directed by Jared Hess, who I think at this point it has gotten around that he directed this, but I remember even just a few weeks ago telling people and then being surprised that he is the director of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
So this isn't just some random person that they brought in. This is someone with previous hits under his belt. This is written by Chris Bowman, Hubel Palmer, Neil Widener, Gavin James, Chris Galetta, and Allison Schroeder. Lot of names on the writing. We'll definitely talk about that further down. But Bowman and Palmer have both previously worked with Jared Hess on Masterminds, which I hadn't even heard of, and the Academy Award nominated short film 95 Senses, animated short from a couple years ago. Yeah, then Widener and James are writing for the upcoming Now You See Me sequel, Now You Don't.
Oh.
They're finally doing that title. And they're also developing a Beyblade movie.
Oh boy. I can't wait for them to over serious, make it over serious. The Beyblade is this ancient technology and it's gonna be grim, dark. It's that.
Isn't there an anime or something?
There's an anime already. That's pretty much what Beyblade was, as well as a toy.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe Power Rangers reboot level of seriousness. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yep. And yeah, Galetta wrote The Kings of Summer and is developing a sequel to Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
So this writing team has a very cursed upcoming movies list. And then Schroeder wrote for Hidden Figures, the Academy Award nominated NASA film, and then also Christopher Robin, the live action Winnie the Pooh movie from
Christopher Robin.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have time to get into that. Anyway, we have cinematography by Enrique Chediak, who you and Emma will both recognize as the cinematographer for Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
because I
Ah,
definitely remember that movie.
okay, sure. I
So
can
we have
see it
discussed him
now.
before. Yep,
Green
yep.
screen, yes.
uh, and yeah, we have music by Mark Mothersbaugh, who
Hmm.
is a very prolific composer, worked on The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Thor Ragnarok, and Our Flag Means Death, among many, many other things.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, John, as you were saying, this project has a kind of similar history to the Barbie movie in that it's been in development for a very long time. The first sort of inklings of this happening were in like 2014, and in that time it has gone through a lot of different writers and directors and stars, each kind of bringing their own take to the material, um, radically different ideas for where to go with it or what to do. um, Barbie, of course, as we know, eventually got made because Margot Robbie had the idea to bring on Greta Gerwig and give her the freedom to make her own vision. A Minecraft movie got made because the Super Mario Bros. Movie made $1 billion. But yeah,
Yes.
this is definitely building off of that.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
general like video
Yeah,
game.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This definitely
Oh.
does feel very similar to the Mario movie. We'll get into that. John, why don't you do the plot summary?
All right, all right. Here's the plot. Spoilers, by the way. Forgot to say that. Okay, so Steve, a man who has always yearned for the mines, discovers an orb and a crystal. And when he puts them together, they create a portal to the overworld, a strange land made entirely of blocks that can be broken in place. Over the years, he builds, mines, and creates a home in the overworld. One day, while exploring with his dog, Dennis, Steve comes across a portal to the Nether. He goes through and finds a hellish dimension ruled with the witch Malgosha and her army of piglins. Malgosha wants the orb so that she can take over the overworld. And Steve sends Dennis back to Earth to hide the artifact, and Malgosha takes Steve prisoner. Years later, the orb is found by Garrett, a former video game champion who runs a failing game store. And after a series of mishaps, Garrett, local real estate agent named okay. So Garrett,
Don?
local real estate agent named Don, and siblings Henry and Natalie follow the orb through the portal into the overworld. Garrett drops the orb and the crystal part shatters, trapping them in the overworld. So Malgosha senses that the orb has returned and frees Steve on the condition that he brings it back to her. Steve saves the group of 4 from zombies and shows them around the overworld. They make their way to a woodland mansion where Henry finds another crystal. They escape the mansion, but Malgosha shows up with her piglins, and Malgosha takes the orbs, and Garrett is seemingly killed in the confrontation. Ooh. And so Malgosha uses the
Yep.
orb to create a sky beam and dark clouds, allowing her piglin army to move freely through the overworld. So Steve, Henry, Dawn, and Natalie come up with a plan to confront Malgosha and take back the orb. Things look dire, but Garrett, who didn't actually die, shows up and saves everyone. So the group take back the orb, causing the clouds to disappear and turning the piglins into mindless zombies. With Malgosha defeated and the overworld saved, Steve decides to join his new friends and return to Earth. All the group's social and financial problems in the real world somehow got fixed by their adventure, and they have a big dance party. And in an after credit scene, Steve returns to his old house and finds a woman living there by the name of Alex. Oh,
Oh. Did you
oh,
stay for the after credit scene, John?
I did. I so there was a recent Patrick Williams video about credits
Yes,
and credit
yes.
scenes, and he talked about how like now every film has them, and so with that video in mind, I'm like, there's probably going to be an end credit scene in this one, and there was. So
Yep.
yes,
Yeah, I was planning on staying anyway, but then yeah, after watching the Patrick Williams video, which is an excellent video, people should go and check it out if they haven't seen it.
yes,
Yeah, no, this is Minecraft, the movie. It's really more like Jumanji, but Minecraftified.
yeah, yeah, sure, yeah. Jumanji. We've entered the video game episode plotline from many children's cartoons.
Yeah, it's
Not my
hitting all
favorite
of the tropes.
direction. Yeah, not my favorite
Yeah.
direction. It is very tropey.
We have like this mismatched group of heroes who are in this strange world, and they meet someone who's been living there for a long time. That part actually reminded me a little bit of, this is topical for next week's episode, Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Oh,
But yeah, then there's this
okay.
like generically evil villain with a generically evil plan, and they have to find the orb and stop the sky beam, and hurrah, and
Hurrah!
creativity and
Yeah,
Minecraft, and
Minecraft. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Minecraft.
Yeah. Definitely a Minecraft story that couldn't have taken place in any other context.
Yeah, a lot of this is just like explaining Minecraft mechanics to people, and then
yeah.
not doing a whole lot with some of those mechanics.
Yeah, like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lava chicken doesn't really factor into anything. That's like a
Yeah.
whole scene.
That, I mean, why did they need to just get like a flame enchanted sword? Like, that's so much easier than the lava chicken thing.
But those
Why
are
do you need-
expensive.
Get a flint and steel and burn the chicken to death like that. Like, okay, sure.
I think it's because the lava part is a little more whimsical than a
Yes,
magic
yeah.
But
sword.
I mean, I think I remember from the trailer though, and people criticizing it, they said that wouldn't even work in Minecraft.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
device.
I have never tried it, so
I haven't either. I was just looking at comments from the trailer, so I can't say for sure.
We'll talk about like accuracy later. But yeah, the tone
Yeah,
is a thing. Yeah.
yeah, it can't quite settle on a tone. Like sometimes it is being silly and goofy and fun, and like
Mm.
the director of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre making a Minecraft movie, especially like the stuff on Earth, felt to me. I haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, but I am like familiar with its cultural reputation. And so when it's like the kid is in school and he's making
Yeah.
jetpacks, and the sister's like social media manager for a company, and all of the other social media managers are like 70 years old, like that stuff. Or like Dawn, the real estate agent, who is like driving a mobile zoo around as her side hustle, and Garrett as like auctioning at this like very weird auction place where everything's a little bit off. Like, yeah, I see this, like I see the little hints of a director and a filmmaker bringing in his touch.
Mm-hmm.
But then like once they get into the Minecraft world, that stuff is all gone, and it takes itself a lot more seriously from that point on, while
Well,
still having those like annoying bits of lab shading of characters be like, well, that was weird.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird it can't quite like figure out what it wants to be, or at least that's what it feels like to me, that it's trying to both be silly, goofy, funny, but then also trying to be like, Minecraft is an important game and we must respect it.
And we've got,
Like,
let's
you
show
can't
off
do both.
all the familiar things of Minecraft.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, the references in Minecraft, like the bad houses, the weird farmings and stashes that you do, simple stuff like that. Even like simple small game mechanics that they use. It's like,
Yeah.
remember that? That's a Minecraft thing.
Yeah, that stuff all felt very like Super Mario Brothers movie to me. Of like, we're just gonna throw all of these Easter eggs out, and they're kind of without context, and most of them don't really factor into anything.
Seems more like a
No.
fan service kind of thing rather
Yeah.
than a world building thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's let us stuff this full of references, because maybe if it's full enough of references, which is my problem with the Mario movie, that thing is so full of references that you aren't paying attention to the story. And so it doesn't really matter that the story isn't good because it's like, oh, I recognize that and that and that. And then you watch it the second time and you're like, oh, there is nothing of value here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of references, there are a number of cameos in this film. I spotted
Yeah.
a couple of game developers. Jeb was a waiter in the background in
Yeah.
one shot. There were also like a handful of Minecraft YouTubers that were in a scene. They had no lines. They just kind of stood there blankly staring. They were part of the auction scene. They were just
Yeah.
there. Except, you know, there's still like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. I'm like, why aren't they here? Why? Well, there's a lot missing. Why
Yeah.
just these people? I only recognize like one or two. But no, there's one. There's only one cameo / reference that they actually spent the time to point out, and it's a pig who had a crown on him, and Steve says, "Oh, that's a legend," and so that's a tribute to a younger Minecraft YouTuber named Technoblade who had passed away a few years back due to cancer. And so that moment was the only time I reacted in the theater. Like I saw that reference and it's like, oh, I had like an actual vocal reaction to that compared to everything else where I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, as someone who isn't like super familiar with the Minecraft streaming space, I was just kind of like, I couldn't care less about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of it is taking away time from the actual story. And we'll get into it a little further down. But yeah, there's just, it feels like the movie is more focused on references and Easter eggs and cameos than it is on actually being a movie. Which is exactly, I mean, that's the same thing with the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's the same thing with the FNAF movie. These are not stories, they're vehicles for audiences to point at the screen and say, hey, I recognize that.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is fun to be had with that. I'm just, I guess the way I approach video game movies is, why would I even want to watch a video game movie? My favorite thing about video games is that I can interact with them. I don't care about Mario's story. I don't care about Minecraft having a story. I care about my interactions with the world. So once you take that away, what's left? And the answer with most of these video games movies is not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless the story is like a central part of the video game.
Yeah.
In which case they're just remaking the story, like The Last of Us.
Which yeah, that is another one where people have told me to go and watch The Last of Us show, and I'm like, I haven't played the game. I'd rather experience the story through the game versus sit down and watch a TV show that just is the same story. Yeah, I have never gotten there's this weird thing where even as video games get more and more popular, there's still this idea that people have that film is the ultimate medium, right? It's what everything is being adapted into. Like books. Oh, the book, yeah, that's fine. But once it gets a movie adaptation, then it's a success. Or plays, or TV shows even. You'll have like, oh, it's a big deal that The Mandalorian is getting a movie. Even though, like, it's a, yeah, whatever. It's weird though for video games because video games have this like, they're like movies, plus you have this whole added thing of being able to interact with them. So that everyone was so obsessed with turning that back into movies. I don't know. I don't quite get the desire there or the reason there. And yeah, I think they often just kind of end up with, you either have the Resident Evils or the Monster Hunters that are like, let's just kind of ignore all of the game stuff and go in a completely new direction. And I like those more than this. I like
the Monster Hunter was not
good. The thing though is that is a movie.
Barely.
Like it's not a good movie. but it's doing something. It's
But I
doing something
completely
with the
butchered
material.
the monsters and all the design stuff.
Sure, but I don't want to watch a Monster Hunter movie. I want to play Monster Hunter. So if you're going to make a Monster Hunter movie, at least you're doing something interesting with it. That's with Minecraft here. It's like, what? Why would I watch this instead of playing the game? I don't think anyone here can answer the question, and I think the
I mean,
question.
if you're a huge Jack Black fan,
I did really like him in this.
Yeah,
hmm,
I will say I like Jack Black. I think there are only so many times you can have him yell out Minecraft terms before it stops being funny.
yeah. To me, this was just Jack Black doing Jack Black stuff. Like character, like Steve. Steve it doesn't really have a character. Like Steve is just a
No.
name that we call our basic skin in Minecraft. He's got no personality or nothing. So Jack Black being Steve is a choice because Jack Black can do whatever and be funny to the youngsters. I guess. Yeah. I mean, Jack Black was fun. I'm kind of tired of seeing him in everything recently. He's been in a lot of things recently, and so I don't dislike him. It's just I've seen him in so many things just in the past 5 years.
Yeah. I think this is the stuff from Jack Black that I'm less interested versus like when he shows up. This is many years ago, but when he showed up in like Margot at the wedding, or I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things about Bernie. When he's actually like using his persona to do something interesting, as opposed to this where he's coming in and he is using his persona, but he's using it in service of, okay, I'm going to say a bunch of Minecraft items, and he makes them funny.
Yeah,
But it's like Jack Black could read the phone book and make it funny. But at a
yeah.
certain point, you realize, wait a second, why are we having Jack Black read the phone book and not like actually good, something actually good?
Mm.
Oh. That is just okay. John, can you? So I'm not super familiar with like the Minecraft lingo. My engagement with Minecraft is mostly just playing the game. But I felt like watching the movie, there were a ton of references that I was missing to like memes or community things, just in the way that certain things were phrased. Were you catching anything?
Um, I mean, yeah, sure. I can't like point it out. It was just like what was there something that stood out to you as something?
Like the town that they are in, I think, is it called like Chugless, Idaho? Like
Hmm.
that felt to me like that has to be a reference to something.
I I don't know about that.
Okay.
But like there were things where like they were referencing a lot of just like memes and stuff. There's a character called Big Chungus or General Chungus.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a specific Minecraft meme or just
It's
a more
no,
general
that's not at
meme.
all Minecraft
Okay.
specific. That's just like a funny generic because Big Chungus is like
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny.
There
Yeah,
there were other things just like the way I think Jack Black had several line readings that felt very intentional.
I I think
Like
Urine for the Mines was like an old one. I don't recall, but
okay. Yeah. It just I don't know. It felt a little I guess I'm not down with the kids these days, but I was not laughing at the various lingo things that were going on. Also, the term unalive should be unalived. Say what you mean. We are not on TikTok. This is a movie, not a
But
TikTok.
they need to
I
relate to kids these days with this character in a
so
different world who shouldn't
it,
really
it
know this
is,
lingo.
but it is relatable to kids in the Minecraft sense because many of the Minecraft like streamers and YouTubers, because of like strict uh copyright rules or just restriction rules, they often like change their words, and so killing mobs turned into unaliving mobs, and so
But that's
Yeah, I know it is.
that
I don't. I don't.
specific
I
one
don't.
always bugs me.
I don't. It doesn't bug me as much as it does you, depending on who's saying it, though.
I I don't like it. I don't think it's funny.
Okay.
I don't think it is useful as a
I
euphemism either.
I didn't really
Uh,
care for the General Chungus character. He was too.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah.
into that when we get into characters. But that
Speaking of
there's
characters,
also
there.
just so much lamp shading. I think I mentioned this earlier,
What's
but I
lamp
do want
shading?
to. That's when something weird happens in a character goes, well, that was weird.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Mhm.
the writers are putting a lamp on something. They're like, hey, this thing, we're pointing out that this thing is weird so that you can't cinema sins us by saying that was weird.
Uh-huh. Acknowledging it's weird, but not explaining why or anything.
Or not just letting the moment play out.
Hmm.
And there's so much of that in this. Since like 90% of the movie is Jack Black yelling out Minecraft terms or explaining how Minecraft things work.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone goes, well, that's weird.
It's like, yeah, it's a video game. It makes sense that it's weird.
Yeah, just so much of that. And so many characters, as John was trying to get me to move on to. Like, why are there 5 protagonists?
I don't know.
That we don't need that many. That's too many.
We don't even have 5 protagonists. You know, we just it's mainly just Steve and
Garrett
Aquaman
and Henry.
and
Yeah.
and the other kid.
No, yeah, there is definite, like, some people are definitely being shortchanged in their time.
Oh yeah, especially Dawn.
Yeah,
Dawn
yeah.
did not need to be there at all, which, you know, she showed up in the third act in the final fight. I'm like, oh yeah, she's a character. Forgot she existed. She had this whole thing with wolves, and that was like missing for 10 minutes of the fight, and then she shows up. It's like, oh yeah, where have you been?
Yeah, they treat her return as like this big triumphant moment, and it's like, well, we'll get into that when we get into character arcs. I do not understand, because this isn't even like a toy movie thing of like, we need the 5 different toys because they're all in different colors, like Bionicle. Or
Yeah.
we need 6 of them because that will sell better if we have the different colors.
The toys for this film are ridiculous, you know. The Steve toy is just Jack Black with a thick axe.
Yeah. I was realizing when I was watching the movie, the Mario movie was bad. But while I was watching Mario, I was going, you know what would be fun right now instead of watching the Mario movie? Playing a Mario game. At no point while I was watching the Minecraft movie did I think, you know what would be fun? Playing Minecraft. And I am the type of person, I play a lot of Minecraft. There are very few times where I will be doing something and not be going, or I guess that's the wrong way to phrase it. It is not uncommon for me to be thinking, oh, it would be fun to be playing Minecraft right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when I watched the movie and on the drive home, I was just realizing, oh, I don't want to play Minecraft right now. Like not in a negative, oh,
Yeah,
Minecraft seems bad.
from
No,
it.
it was just like, I have no desire. I have no pull towards playing Minecraft.
Even though like some of the visual identities are there, it didn't really feel like Minecraft at a lot of points. Because like none of them really act the way they do. Like zombies don't act like zombies in Minecraft. Like they eat a sheep. Zombies don't eat sheep in Minecraft. What? They don't come back to life after you kill them. What?
Yeah. It's and even just like the basic structure of the movie. Emma, you were pointing this out as we were driving home from the theater, that it just doesn't feel like how you play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like you had an idea of a version of the movie that was you just have like 1 or 2 characters who are like, they get magically transported to the world and have
like
to like
Steve and the kid, they get transported to the world, they play through Minecraft, beat it, and then they return to the real world, and they can still have the same lesson of, oh, you can bring what you learned in Minecraft and the creativity there into the real world, but have it be actual Minecraft.
Yeah, where they're actually like, you're seeing what the first night is like, and they have to. I guess you do technically see that here,
Yeah, you
but
see
it
the
doesn't
first night.
feel.
But you never even get to the end.
Yeah.
You don't see the dragon at all.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they come up with a completely new villain character, or maybe she's in some of the spin-off games. I don't know.
I
don't
think
play those.
she's a character in a spin-off game, Minecraft
Okay.
Dungeons, I think. That's
But like,
I think what I don't know. I don't play that, so that's
regular
just what I've heard.
Minecraft is not about stopping the piglin army from invading the overworld. It's about building your house and building your weapons and building your
No.
armor, and then eventually you fight the dragon.
No, that's just coming straight from a Captain Sparkles music video where they do that. So,
Okay.
and they're flying on gas as well as they come through the overworld. So, anyway, story's the thing.
Yeah, John, I know you had some. This is maybe the place to do it. Some complaints about the mechanics not matching up with the game.
Oh, okay. So it was like it was so weird because like a lot of times they do things correctly. It's like day lasts for like 20 day and night lasts for like 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then it's like, oh yeah, the Enderman, don't look at him or freak out. It's like, yeah. By the way, he'll also like do some weird stuff with your mind. And I'm like, wait, no, that's not how that works. What?
Yeah, that was weird to me.
The creepers don't explode unless you punch them. That was an interesting thing that they did. Other stuff that they're really not that important, but like whatever.
Yeah, I think that stuff didn't really bother me because I don't care enough about this.
So no, it was just
But, yeah,
like
no,
a thing that
it's worth
the thing happened in the film, and automatically because like we've been in the world of Minecraft for like a decade now. My brain is like, that's not how that works in the game, and so I had to remind myself, like, I know these people are just trying to do something different, but that's not Minecraft at all.
I mean, it is. Oh, go ahead.
One thing that bothered me every once in a while was the block sizes.
Yeah, they have very
Something,
inconsistent.
like some of them were half the size of what they should have been when they were a rounded door, and I was like, oh, that just looks wrong.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I have to just kind of be like artistic license.
Yeah, after a while I like stopped thinking about it as much, but it did take me out all the time. I was like, oh, that's not Minecraft.
Yeah. It's just one of those moments where you have to constantly readjust your expectations because it's not the actual game, it's this creative thing. Yeah.
I do wonder though, like, because theoretically this is being made in part to get people who don't currently play Minecraft interested in playing Minecraft. And I don't know that this movie is doing a good job of selling what Minecraft is.
If they had called it a Minecraft Dungeons movie, then that might have been better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't actually played Dungeons, but it felt more like what I would imagine a Dungeons game would be like.
Yeah.
Crafting was
of like
pretty whack in this one.
Yeah.
Because the kid, I forget his name, just created a gun in Minecraft using whatever tools, and I'm like, that shouldn't work.
Bows. They could have made a bow.
Yeah.
Also, if Minecraft doesn't have a recipe for it, it doesn't do anything with it. So
yeah. That's something that I was thinking of as well. Of like someone who hasn't played Minecraft who watches this movie and then goes in being like, "Oh, I can craft whatever I want." No, that's not at all remotely how that works. And again, there's a reason for that because that character is supposed to represent the modding community. Whatever. I think that might have worked better if each of the different characters were supposed to represent a different type of player, but that's not really. Anyway, doesn't matter. I was just thinking though of like the Lego movie and how good that was at making you want to play with Legos. Versus this is just like, this isn't capturing the feeling of playing Minecraft, nor does it make me want to go out and play Minecraft.
Yeah.
It just kind of exists
didn't even
its...
make me want to go create things in the real world, which was its message.
Yeah.
Yeah, like mining and crafting just feel like second fiddle in this thing.
Yeah.
It's like they don't
Is there
mine
any mining depicted?
one
Steve
scene.
does the mining in the dining, like
Oh
in their
yeah,
preparation.
when he's yep. Okay, yep.
Yeah, not them like building stuff. Like there's like brief stuff that maybe lasts like a whole minute in the entire
Yeah.
film, but like in a film based on a game where the most that you're going to do in that game is like mining, crafting stuff, building stuff, and then
Exploring.
maybe exploring, and maybe you will do like adventures and killing mobs. Where here it's like we have a threat, we have a bad guy, mining and crafting. We'll like throw jokes about that, but we won't actually do any of that stuff.
You almost need, if you want to make an actual like artistically successful Minecraft movie that captures what the game is, you almost need to go the exact opposite direction of a kids movie and do like a slow cinema, like one character does no speaking, one character falls into this island and has to like figure out by interacting with the world how to survive. Obviously that movie makes like $5 million at the box office, and none of the Minecraft fans enjoy it because it's too slow. But that's the direction you have to go if you're going to try and make a Minecraft movie that actually captures what it is like to play Minecraft. As opposed to this, which, yeah, just feels like what if Jumanji, but with a Minecraft coat of paint over it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, I don't care. I am not... I was never expecting the Minecraft movie to be anything worthwhile. So
No,
but my response here is purely just like, again, I was sitting in the theater feeling absolutely no emotion. Just like a vague sense of like, oh, okay. I guess
I
this is
maybe
happening now.
smiled at a couple weird things,
Sure, yeah, yeah.
but they're not at all because they're related to Minecraft. It's because somebody's performance is just interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking to you, Jennifer Coolidge.
we'll get yes.
Well, yeah.
At the end of the day, this really does feel like a movie with 3 credited story writers, 5 credited screenwriters, and 22 people credited for additional literary material.
Yeah.
There are because there's some overlap there. So let me do the quick math. There are 28 people credited as having contributed to the writing of this movie.
And probably the producers were the ones overseeing all that and making sure everything worked together.
I
So
mean,
they could make
no.
money.
What happened is they kept passing the script around. They kept passing there. You look at the list of people who are credited for having contributed to this movie, and it's people like John Francis Daley, who did the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and his writing partner, whose name I'm forgetting. Like, these are people who came on board at some point and had an idea and wrote some stuff down, and then got kind of lost in development hell, and then just over the years it just keep picking up ideas and more ideas, and then suddenly it's so big that it doesn't have any sense of its own personality. It is just kind of whatever corporate stuff ends up shining through because they want it to make the most money possible.
Sure, yeah.
And you do have a little bit of like the Jared Hess stuff in the beginning, and maybe a bit sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it definitely felt like a very corporate film.
Yeah.
Like, this is a safe bet. It appeals to kids. It will be popular kind of type of film.
Yep. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the story before we move to characters?
No. It's I doubt I'm gonna remember or care about a lot of this stuff like a few months from now. So
A few months, a few days.
Yeah, on the way
we'll
back,
see.
Jay was like, I don't know if I'll remember this for the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to watch some interviews to refresh my memory of what even was
Yeah,
happening, what my thoughts even were.
I gave the story a 2. There you
Yeah.
go.
I gave it a 1.5.
I gave it a 1.
On now to
All right.
characters, of which, as I said, there are way too many. So
These
okay,
are
here's what I was realizing. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here because I have some things to
Good.
say. So each character here has a clearly defined problem that they need help with in the real world, right? The first 30 minutes are setting up. Henry, he's worried about not fitting in. Natalie, she doesn't know how to best look out for her brother. Garrett, he's clinging to this past of being this video game champion that's clearly long gone. Dawn, torn between a bunch of different side hustles, doesn't really have time for the things that she wants to do. Steve, he's ignoring his issues in the real world by hiding in the game, right? None of these problems are solved by their adventure in the movie. Like, Henry doesn't actually have a problem. He just needed to redo his jetpack without someone sabotaging it.
And even after the kids sabotaged it, it still flew up into the air. I thought
Yeah.
they'd cut a wire, Henry would press a button, and either it would explode or nothing would happen. But no, it flies up just fine.
Yeah. The
I
problem
think
is...
I think what they decided to do for his character arc was, oh, I know that we set this whole thing up about him fitting in, but we're gonna put like 10 seconds where he's like, I'm good, I'm done with creativity, and then he
Yeah.
comes to the Minecraft world and then he becomes creative. That's to like 2 seconds of like a solved issue,
Yeah.
and it's whatever.
And here's the thing. He isn't actually worried about fitting in. Like, that is what we're supposed to think his arc is, because that's what they're setting up. But at no point is he all that bothered by what other people are thinking of him. He's actually more worried about, he doesn't want to disappoint his sister. Which is such a better arc, because that ties directly into Natalie's arc about trying to figure out how to be a good guardian to her brother. Like, those are two arcs that would have worked really well together. But no, we got to do this like creativity and fitting in thing that's much
Friendship.
more generic than...
Because video games and nerds, probably.
Yeah. And it's frustrating because Natalie also has a problem where, like, her arc, she maybe learns a little bit to let Henry roam free, but her arc suddenly shifts at the end to be about like discovering her inner strength. Like, her resolution is not, oh, I learned how to be a better parent figure to my brother. It is, oh, I started a self-defense class.
I was so confused by that. I was like, why
Yeah.
self-defense? We didn't really see her learn combat in the
Yeah.
Minecraft world. She just kind of...
She knew combat. She
she was good at it and all that, but we didn't really see her develop her skills or anything.
Yeah. It's, again, it doesn't work because the arc they set up... Okay, so there is a version of this movie that is about two siblings, and their parents have passed away, and Natalie, the older of the sibling, is thrust into this responsibility that she doesn't know how to handle, and Henry is very worried about, like, he doesn't want to disappoint Natalie because he sees how hard she is working, but that he also, like, he just keeps messing things up, and maybe it isn't even his own fault, but he keeps messing things up. And then the two go on this magical adventure, and it teaches Natalie how to handle her responsibility better and proves that she loves Henry even when he messes up. And they get this big emotional scene and apologize to each other, and everyone cries. That is the easiest thing to do. And this movie doesn't even have the big emotional scene where the two of them are like, oh, we were being too harsh to each other. You get like a little bit of a scene of Natalie realizing that she's been not giving Henry as much credit as he...
Yeah, they have an apology scene thing, but...
Yeah, that should be the crux of the movie. Not a throwaway scene before the big battle. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems like the easiest thing to do. And this movie can't even bother doing that. Garrett, on the other hand, doesn't actually learn anything.
No.
Like, he's the one who needs the most growth.
He just starts a new video game to be a master at.
Yeah. And he, like, all he does, he gets called out for being a bad friend, for trying to, like, go and get the diamonds. And then he does this like big self-sacrifice in return, and then everything's fine. Like, he doesn't actually learn his lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Dawn,
Yeah.
I don't know who decided that Dawn needed to be here, because she doesn't learn anything, and she doesn't need to learn anything.
And she doesn't help the other characters learn
No.
anything either.
Like, all she gets out of this big adventure is she gets a weird looking wolf, and apparently that helps her zoo be popular. I don't know.
Something.
What? I don't understand.
Why did Dennis go back with her? Because she tamed like 50 wolves or something for the final battle. Why did she need to take Dennis?
Yeah. I have no idea what. Again, I think this is. I have to imagine. Oh, and I guess we should talk about Steve, because Steve also doesn't have an arc. He just kind of decides to go back to Earth, because why not? Like, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go create stuff.
That was better than
on
Henry
Earth.
choosing to go back to Earth. Because Henry had no reason to want to.
I mean, arguably his sister is the reason
I know.
that should
That
should
did
be
not
the
land,
reason
yeah.
that isn't communicated. Yeah. No, Steve is just like, oh, I'm done with Minecraft and now I'm gonna go back to Earth because that is what the movie needs me to do now.
But like his
It's
main goal in
Barbie.
life was the mines. He yearned for the mines. That's what he
Yes.
wanted to do. Why did he have to
Which
go
I think-
back? Oh.
Again, it feels to me like over the decade of different writers trying to take a crack on it, trying to figure out the material, they came up with these like various different ideas that were pretty good ideas of how do you make a Minecraft movie. Oh, you make it about these two siblings and they have to like learn responsibility and creativity and connect together. Or you're like, oh, this washed up video game guy, he has to learn to like reconnect with the world. Or, oh, how about this real estate lady? I guess we'll give her a puppy.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of like get glommed all together, and you end up with none of the arcs actually get to be arcs because they have to jump over to the other person's arc before they can finish out this arc. And then, oh, now the arc is suddenly about something that it wasn't about before. And there's
it
just
doesn't
no. Yeah.
it doesn't feel like any of the arcs are like something that they focused on. I think they spent so
No.
much time on wanting to like adapt like visual stuff from Minecraft, and it's like, how do we do this? It's like, oh, let's just have these characters come to this room and then we can like showcase all of this stuff. Oh, let's have them go here so they can like explain this and do that. Oh, character arcs be damned.
My favorite scene in the entire movie is Dawn and Natalie having this heart-to-heart conversation while fighting a zombie. And it's, Natalie's like, hey, I have this responsibility and I don't know how to deal with it. And Dawn's like, yeah, my life kind of sucks and I have to do all of these various different things that I don't want to be doing just to make ends meet. That scene doesn't matter to the movie because the movie is less interested in the characters than it is in just like getting to the next Minecraft reference. Also, I'm 90% sure the only reason that scene is in there is so they can check off the Bechdel test, which is to have two named women characters talk to each other for more than 2 sentences about something other than a man. I'm pretty sure that is the reason that scene was kept in, because again, it's this great scene that just has this really cool structure of, hey, we have these two ladies who are pretty cool and they're pretty strong and they're like, they figured out how this world works. They're just like walking and talking and they're hitting the zombie around as they're doing it. That's fun. I wish it mattered.
Yeah. It's whatever. Yeah.
Emma, do you have thoughts on the main 5 protagonists here?
Yeah, they all felt very meh. I didn't care.
I got
really about
nothing.
any of them.
That's fair. I did go on a long rant about them.
Mm-hmm.
Side characters, though. We have Vice Principal Marlene,
Oh, yeah.
which weird plotline that makes no sense at all. But the movie would be 10 times better if everything else in the movie had that energy.
Right? Right? Like, that was the only part in the film where people were, like, dying of laughter, was when they went back to that whole sequence.
Yeah. It's like, that's what this should be. This should be rolling on the floor laughing. Weirdness. Napoleon Dynamite. We're gonna just go for the walls, do something out of the ordinary, do something weird. And it's gonna work because you have good actors and they're delivering silly lines with sincerity. But no, we gotta cut back to Jack Black's gotta say flint and steel. And like he's good at saying flint and steel. But there's nothing. No.
Flint and steel. Yeah.
No, yeah, every time they cut back to her, it was like a nice breath of fresh air of like, okay, at least part of this movie understands what it should be.
It's
What did you think
ridiculous.
of the vice principal falling in love with the villager?
Honestly, I didn't really care for that sequence.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just like a bit of levity to take away from the over-storied thing that they were doing.
I think it was kind of fun, but I felt like they spent too much time on it. It could have been a lot shorter.
Okay. I could have used more. But again, if the rest of the movie had that energy, I think...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the energy from it. I was just like, there's no point to this.
Yep, that's very true. Malgosha, the evil villain.
The genetically evil villain.
Oh yeah, autocorrect messing me up there. Generically evil. She's just like, I have an evil plan, and I am evil. I like that they try to give her like a weird tragic backstory, but it just doesn't like. It's not funny enough.
Yeah,
I don't think we need a backstory. That just kind of.
Yeah, I feel like the backstory ruined it a bit because they were like, oh, at the Nether's Got Talent. I was like, what? They had creativity before in this ruined world, and they have this whole thing. And I mean, it makes sense that she wiped out creativity, but I was like, they don't need that.
That should have worked. That should have been silly enough to work, and I don't know what it is about it that didn't work. But something just like, I guess it's because Malgosha as a character isn't interesting. So even once they give her like this backstory, it's just like, it doesn't factor into anything. It doesn't matter.
No, it's just like a part of the thematic thing about creativity, but they don't really focus on creativity that much in this film. It's just like, okay, that was a thing.
They wanted it to be a theme, but they forgot until the end that they had to make it a theme.
Why does she like gold? I don't know. Piglins like gold. That's why.
Yeah. The Piglin General. I think you said General Chungus.
Yeah.
So, okay. I don't dislike the super tough looking character shows up and then, oh, turns out he's like a big softie. But that thing got old real quick.
Yes.
Like by the second line he said, it was already old.
Yeah, I did not like him using, like, I guess Gen Alpha vernacular, I would guess, is what it was. It just didn't seem to fit the world or the story or anyone else.
Yeah, it was odd. I'm trying to find who... Okay, that character was voiced by the director, by Jared Hess. I was thinking it had to be a Minecraft YouTuber cameo, because that performance did not feel like an actor giving a performance. Let me see if Jared Hess acted in anything. Okay, he has... I think he's mostly done cameos or voice roles and stuff. Yeah.
My thoughts was that it was like an inside actor who works a lot with Jared Hess. That was my thoughts.
Okay. Yes, it is someone who works a lot with Jared Hess, aka Jared Hess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just something very... I think the performance was a big part of why that character doesn't work, unfortunately. Like, often directors doing their own performances in movies. Like you get Brad Bird as Edna Mode or Chris Buck as Scrat the Squirrel in Ice Age.
Korg
oh, they're
being Taika Waititi.
yeah, you sometimes do get good performances. Here, yeah, this was not again, I see what
memorable
they're going with.
performances, I should
Yeah.
say. Good is
Yeah.
like debatable.
Yeah, this was not a character that worked for me in any way. And that's kind of it for characters. I guess Dennis is technically a character.
I don't know why Dennis was detamed
Yeah.
I don't
and had to be retamed by Dawn. It was just like that was another
Yeah.
mechanic thing of like, wait, what? But now
Because I don't think he was
so now
detamed.
he's tamed by Dawn. It doesn't belong to Jack Black anymore. Like that was
Yeah.
like the mechanic is like, what?
So why would he still have the name Dennis?
Yeah. It was a weird
I think that might have been like two ideas that got converged into one of like, well, we need Dawn to tame an animal, and we need an animal to lead Dawn and Natalie to the rest of the group.
Oh,
So I would guess that's what's
how
going
did Dennis come through? That is a question.
We saw him get through after the crew did.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, as the villager is leaving, Dennis is like going into the mine to go through the portal.
I don't remember.
uh,
I just saw that film like a couple hours ago, and I don't remember.
I guess we do technically have like the gym / art teacher. That's like one of those things of like, that's a fun idea that the movie does not have remotely near the time it needs to actually deal with the concept of a gym / art teacher.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
the kid was not doing the assignment. That was correct.
Yeah, that's.
But anyway,
I feel like the gym / art teacher was just kind of world building thing and didn't need to be expanded upon.
I was surprised when he showed back up at the end as the vice principal's ex-husband. Like I thought they were gonna do some other cameo there, so when he showed up, I was like, "That's
that
odd."
was the same guy.
Yeah, that was
just a random guy.
No, that was the gym / art teacher from earlier in the film, and then the villager. The reveal that the villager can talk and is voiced by Matt Berry.
Yeah.
But then the vice principal wasn't speaking villager when she was speaking villager. You know?
Yes, which I think is, no one bothered to tell Jennifer Coolidge what villagers sound like, and she just went for it, and that's why we love her.
I saw that Matt Berry was the villager in the cast list, and so I thought, like, is he doing villager noises? Most of it was just like the in-game sound, but like every once in a while you'd hear like something else, and I was like, okay, so that's Matt Berry. I was not at all like expecting like Matt Berry just to speak elegantly, like he usually does.
I was pleasantly surprised. I did not realize that he was going to be in the movie. So
yes. What's his name?
Yeah,
Laszlo?
always a delight to. Yeah, no, he's Oh, I'm forgetting. I need to keep up with that show because I'm forgetting all the names. But yes, from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, What We Do in the Shadows. He played your favorite.
Yeah, I think he might be Laszlo.
I don't. Daytona.
Yes. No, yeah, he's Laszlo. He's also plays Jackie Daytona, who's my favorite.
Jackie Daytona. Anyway, I gave the characters a 1.5.
Yeah, I gave them a 1. Again, give me one complete character arc. Please, I'm begging you. The Mario movie didn't do this either. What happened to character arcs? Those are the easiest. He set it up. You have a problem at the beginning of the movie, and at the end of the movie, you resolve the problem through something that makes sense. Not that is, she got a wolf that looks weird, and now her zoo is popular.
I also gave them a 1. There's just nothing interesting. I like caricatures are somewhat interesting, but they just get boring kind of fast.
Yeah.
None of the problems that are set up in the beginning of the movie get solved by going into the Minecraft world.
No.
Yeah. Visuals.
Oh boy.
I did actually kind of like them.
Okay.
Like once I got
I
over the block sizes being wrong, they made a really good job at doing a realistic looking Minecraft world that still looked like Minecraft, I thought.
Okay. I was feeling more awful taste but great execution.
yeah,
Like everything looks ugly, but the quality is high.
quality top notch. It looks all
Yeah.
great, but like the design, I just don't like it all. It has.
I like the
It,
world design, the like
I
creature design.
recognize that the stuff is
Oh yeah,
Minecraft,
the creature
but
design,
it
yeah.
doesn't look like Minecraft because like
Yeah.
it's like realistic textures, and then it's not all complete blocks, and it's like I hate the zombies the most because they
The
just look
zombies
like,
are horrible.
they look like Hulks, and
They seem to be like actual live action bodies with
sometimes
CG
yeah.
heads. At that point, just give me like an animatronic mask or something. Don't do this the CG
It
for
it,
the
it,
zombies and the
it was
villagers.
it was hard to tell sometimes like what was supposed to be real and what was
Yeah.
fake. Villagers, I hate their teeth, their mouth. They just it just didn't feel
Yeah.
right at all. To see them smile or like having any of them having mouths at all just didn't feel right at all.
I'm,
Um, there there was one shot that just I believe was like a puppet of an iron golem. There was just like a
Oh.
close up of its head walking, and the movements were like, that doesn't look like CG movements. That looks like somebody walking in a costume or something. It's like, that looks cool. But then, whatever. Yeah.
What were you about to say, Emma?
I wish that Dennis, it seemed like even when he was interacting with actors, it was completely CG or something, because I noticed like the way the actors interacted with his head. I'd like just make a head for Dennis that they can pet. That shouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had gone more practical. Because you can do a lot of this stuff practically. Like
Yeah.
have animatronics for the villager heads and for the zombie heads, and have something physically there
Well,
for.
even if it's not animatronics for everything, because that can get expensive. Even if you just have static plastic boxes that you later animate the movements onto, like the mouth movements and stuff.
Or just don't have movements because that's how it is in the game. Just have it be the blank thing.
So something to. Yeah, there is like a level of quality to the effects and the sets,
except
but at the same time, there's so much digital stuff that even the stuff that was filmed on actual sets doesn't always look like it was filmed on actual sets. Like I remember this reaction when the first trailer came out and everyone went, "Oh, that's ugly CG backdrops. That doesn't look good." And then they released like the day after a behind the scenes thing, and it's like, "Oh, they actually built those trees." It's like, "Oh, those trees look bad." Or like they look fake. They don't look like an actual set, even though they are an actual set.
It's because they're over designed. It's just to whatever. The people don't really feel like they fit in the world. It always feels like they're green screened in. I sent you a video a couple weeks back where this person who does like video game reviews, he does a really good job. The channel is called Bitsy channel, and how he does his reviews is that he uses green screen and puts himself inside the game footage, and looks really good. And he did one on Minecraft, and to me, that looked more convincing. Him with Minecraft footage than this film. Like the lighting match, like the way he interacted with the game, like matched perfectly. you know what? All they had to do was spend $30 for the Minecraft game and a green screen, and then put that, do that. Hey, hey, you'd be saving a whole lot of money, and you'd be making a lot more money. But I know
Yeah,
they want to put the effort in, so they don't have to do whatever rights thing they have to do in order to do that. I don't know.
yeah. Just look at this here. I'm showing Emma. Like compared to the actual movie, I guess it's literally just, and they've done the weird thing they do in this behind the scenes stuff where they've grayed out the blue screens so that you can't tell that they're blue screens. But just having just the sets with none of the digital stuff in the background looks so much
Yeah, it
better
looks really good.
than
Hmm.
the finished product with all of the digital stuff added in. Like the sets look realer in the behind the scenes footage than they do with the actual movie. Uh, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't even know what the issue is beyond just, yeah, there's just like a disconnect, and the characters don't ever feel like they are actually in the world.
hmm and yeah, I had this like weird uncanny valley the entire film because everything just didn't look right. I know it's a Minecraft movie, but none of it felt like a knockoff version of Minecraft than it did Minecraft itself.
Yeah,
I feel like the static stats I really liked, but then when you get into the moving creatures, I really didn't like them.
yeah. I think the sets are much better. Like the Woodland Mansion, especially the hallways that the kid is creeping around in. Those look
Hmm.
pretty good, I thought. But then, yeah, you get to like the Illagers hanging out, and it's like, oh, those just look bad. Uh, and you can tell so much work and effort got put into making this. And I always feel kind of
Yeah,
bad critiquing this kind of stuff because it's like people put a lot of time and a lot of care into making these sets and these designs and these visual effects. And like quality wise, it works. It is very high quality.
it is.
The finished product doesn't reflect that quality because the designs themselves are suspect.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Upset.
already seeing a bit of like online the response to this being like having it has good action scenes, which I don't know. They felt a little generic to me, but I do think people are responding to things in this and to the level of effort.
Hmm.
But yeah, just watching the response to that first trailer, you can tell there's just something that isn't working.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
gave the visuals a 2 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.5 because I don't like the designs, but I acknowledge the work put behind it.
I did a 4 because I liked all the static designs. I liked not as many of the like movement guys, but like even those I was like, "Oh, that's really well animated. It looks realistic." Kind of.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
Hmm.
didn't like the design
it has a
choices for some of it,
consistency
but
to it.
yeah, and it's really well done too. And I wasn't expecting much, so
Yeah, that's. I think this is one of those movies that people are going to go in with such low expectations that they're going to walk away be like, "Oh, that was fine," and it's going to make $1 billion. And then we're going to be hearing about this. They're going to make a sequel, aren't they?
I mean, they
they
have
were
the door
setting up for
open.
one with Alex.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we didn't talk about Alex at all. This, I guess, fits into
She's not a
visuals
character.
of. It is so funny to me. They introduce her, and they are playing or being so intentional about making sure that you do not see any of her defining features besides that she has red hair, so that they can
And a green
recast her
shirt.
if they want. Which I guess we'll get into this in performances because I was surprised when I found
Yeah.
out who played her.
Yeah. Well, speaking of performances, let's start with
Yeah,
that.
Emma, I know you had praises for Jack Black, so
Yeah. He was my favorite. Like, I don't think I've seen Jack Black in anything else. He was my
Kung Fu
favorite.
Panda. He's the Kung Fu
Oh,
Panda.
So I have seen him. But he was definitely my favorite of everyone. Whenever he was on screen, I knew I would have fun. And I wish, like, I really liked his acting. It was very, like, cartoony and very much acting, but it was
Mhm.
a lot of fun, and it looked like he was having a lot of fun with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was doing some research, watching interviews and stuff, and he actually like plays Minecraft.
Mm.
Like they made a server for the cast and crew to like hang out on and build stuff, and it was interesting seeing how some of the actors were like, oh yeah, all in, and the actor who plays the young kid, Sebastian Hansen, was like, oh yeah, this is my fort here, and I've done all this cool stuff. And Emma Myers was also like, oh yeah, I built all of this stuff. And Jack Black was like, oh yeah, and here's my fortress. And it was a little ugly, but in that like charming way of like, oh, he does like play the game, but in the like the dad who plays with his kids way. That's just
Yeah.
very sweet. And then yeah, I don't know if Jason Momoa was on the server, but you could tell that Danielle Brooks was just like not at all interested in that side of things. Um, we'll get to her performance. I think she is she is a very good actor, and this is a waste of her talents. Anyway, yeah, Jack Black. You can tell he has this passion and wants this to succeed and to make people happy.
Mm-hmm.
I do get a little bit of that thing where John, you may be more familiar with this, but where there will be like a meme, and so an actor will go on this like late night talk show or will be on an interview with something, and someone will be like, hey, can you read out this meme for us? And the actor will read it out and they like give it their all and give it a big performance, but you could really tell that they don't know why this is a meme or why people care about this.
Were you watching the London red carpet premiere?
I was not, no.
No, that happened in that where
Okay.
a couple of like Minecraft YouTubers were doing a live stream host, and so Jack Black comes in and it's like, "Hey, here's a list of Minecraft words. Can you like say them funny?" And then he does a bunch of random Minecraft words, and the guys are
Yeah,
laughing, and then he leaves, and that's the whole interview.
yeah. Like I think he is doing an incredible job, and
Mm.
I do also get the sense that I don't know if he knows all of the words that he's saying, even though he does play the game, or like all of the references he is making to various like line readings or things. I don't know how plugged into the bigger Minecraft community he is versus just like playing the game with his kids. And that's fine.
Mm.
That is it's just a thing that like stood out to me.
Yeah. Well,
I feel
like it.
similarly about like some of the Dungeons and Dragons movie where the cast is like being asked in interviews, oh, do you play Dungeons and Dragons? No, not really. It's like, okay, no, you don't need to play it if your performances are good, which Jack Black's performance is very good.
Yeah, like I said earlier about Jack Black performances, he does he does them solidly for what he does, and a lot of his performances are similar. I love Jack Black as a kid. I think he's a really good actor for children because he's
Yeah.
just so funny in that regard. Um, but like I've seen him in so many stuff that by this point his performance is getting old to me because he does a lot of the same stuff, but it's still entertaining, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the Mario movie is maybe an interesting contrast to this. Where in
Hmm.
that one I think he's giving more of a performance. Whereas here
Hmm.
he is playing Jack Black saying Minecraft stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's what I am feeling with him. Again, I think he is very good in this. I do also kind of think like you got Jack Black to read off a bunch of Minecraft terms. Like he's
Yeah.
going to do a good job at it. I kind of wish he was doing something a little more interesting than being in the Minecraft movie. Speaking of which, Jason Momoa, I
Yeah.
think he is a fun actor who could maybe be doing something a little more interesting than being in the Minecraft movie.
Well, he wanted to do it because he technically has never been in a comedy before. and so
Oh,
that was why he joined in.
it's a good fit for him. Like, he is good. Yeah, I guess I had never really thought that he hadn't been in a comedy, because the
He's done.
Aquaman movies
He's
have so much humor.
yeah. You know, I yeah. That's more of like the Marvel term of comedy, where they're all comedy to the point when they actually try to do comedy, it's not funny at all.
Yeah,
Um,
the Steven
but
Spielberg school of comedy.
yeah, this is specifically a comedy, I guess, and this is him doing a fun performance for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
he had some
I
funny
was surprised.
moments.
I didn't feel he had a ton of chemistry with Jack Black.
Yeah.
No,
I wonder, part of me wonders if it's just not coming through on screen. Part of me wonders how much time they actually spent on set together. Because sometimes when you have, especially two big name actors who are very busy, sometimes their schedules don't line up. And so, in order to get both of them in the movie, they do strategic things so that they aren't actually in the same room together all that much on screen. And then they
Mhm.
stitch stuff together and the energy can be a bit off. I don't know if that's what's happening here. It just felt like there was a bit of a disconnect there.
I'm not too sure if it's because of the actors or the characters or a combination of both. Because also I
Yeah.
wasn't sure the characters of Steve and the Garbage Man. I was like, what exactly?
They're like two similar but two different.
But it's weird because you don't really get that from Steve's introduction.
No.
So it seems weird that Steve is suddenly trying to be this tough guy who's tough like the Garbage Man when he wasn't before.
I don't
I
know.
think it's, yeah. There's just something very off. And like the whole movie feels a little off, so maybe it's just an extension of that. But yeah, I was hoping that them being on screen together would be more exciting than it ended up being. So yeah, again, I don't want to blame the actors, because it could very much be like a direction thing, or like who knows how
Mhm.
much they were actually on set together for this.
Yeah,
Um, Emma Myers plays Natalie. I fully thought she was supposed to be a high schooler based on the trailers. I did not, when she shows up and she's driving the car, I was like, isn't she a bit young to be driving the car? And then she's like, oh
I
yeah, I'm your legal guardian, Henry. And I'm like, isn't she a little young to be a legal guardian?
I thought that was supposed to be part of the comedy of like,
Yeah,
oh, she's just this young high schooler who's like taking over as the guardians. Like, oh, I guess that's part of the comedy. She has to do the big world stuff, but no, I guess she's not. I don't know.
yeah.
They never
The actress
specified
is
what she
23 years
is.
old, so she is like of
But
age.
she didn't
Oh,
look mature, which they could have done with like
Yeah,
costuming and makeup. They could have made her look older.
mm,
yeah. I think that is partially just like people who are in their 20s are constantly playing teenagers in movies. So when you
Yeah.
see a person in their 20s playing someone in their 20s in a movie, you're like, what is this teenager doing here? um no, yeah, that was just like a bit of disconnect. That's nothing to do with her performance though, just like a thing that was a bit odd. um
yeah.
I think she is the one who most successfully convinced me that what was going on around her was real within the
Hmm.
world of the movie.
Yeah, I think she was one of the characters that she was there to show how weird things were.
Yeah.
She's looking around like, what? This doesn't make any sense, kind of thing. But she did it convincingly, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought her interactions with the world around her and Sebastian Hansen as Henry, I thought did a very good job of, and maybe it's just partially because I'm not familiar with them as actors. So when it's Jack Black and Jason Momoa in Minecraft, it's just like there's no way for my brain to make that work. Whereas when it's the two of them, and especially Emma Myers, just plays it all very well. Then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Danielle Brooks as Dawn. Um, she just gets the most nothing role and doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
And it's she is an Academy Award nominee.
Mm,
What is she doing in this movie? Oh,
I don't know. But you forget that
yeah.
she's there sometimes. Yeah.
I feel like her character works in a version of the movie that doesn't have Steve or Garrett.
Hmm.
Well, she's like a good mentor to Natalie, but we
Yeah.
just don't spend enough time with Natalie for her to need that mentor figure.
Yeah. Yeah, I yeah, like that is the version of the movie where even if Garrett isn't there, she makes a little more sense as a character. If it's Henry and Steve go off on their adventure and then Natalie and Dawn are together. Again, they have that great scene together and both of the actors play that really well, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of the movie. Then we have Jennifer Coolidge,
Yeah.
Vice Principal Marlene.
Mm.
I love Jennifer Coolidge. She's the best. There, John and I are doing a podcast with our friend Christopher where we're going through the 2000s, and I guess now we're almost to the 2010s, and doing our top five movies of each year. And for the early 2000s, I was watching a lot of comedies, and without fail, Jennifer Coolidge would show up in some supporting role, and it was always a joy to see her. And then at a certain point, her career kind of started to falter and she wasn't getting cast and stuff. But now she's like, after White Lotus, she's back. And it's so exciting to just be able to like walk into a movie and be like, Jennifer Coolidge is in this movie. And she has like 6 minutes total of screen time. And she is having the time of her life in those 6 minutes. And she will make
I
you
feel like
smile.
I see
and
her in
chuckle.
every TV commercial ever.
Yes, yes. And I love those commercials because she is so odd and weird and fun.
Mm,
There's a great anything Jennifer Coolidge is awesome. There's Ariana Grande did like a really good Jennifer Coolidge impression on SNL that I like. That is a parody of those commercials. I highly recommend anyone go and check that out because it is hilarious. No, Jennifer Coolidge, she is awesome. She has absolutely no idea what villagers sound like, and I think that is funny. Like they're just trying to make villager noises. Oh. Did you have any thoughts on Jennifer Coolidge, Emma, as someone who is not familiar with her outside of maybe her commercials?
And I didn't like that she didn't know what villagers sounded like. And I didn't like her character, but that's nothing to do with her acting, so.
Yeah, she did all of the Uber Eats of like when they were starting you can get like stuff that you can't eat with Uber Eats, and then she would get like the lip gloss and like, it's Uber Eats, does this mean I can eat it? And then she would like eat the lip gloss.
Okay, I have seen that, yeah.
She's just so much fun. I love seeing her in anything. I should probably stop listing things that Jennifer Coolidge has done that I enjoy. But
especially if it's not related to Minecraft.
Her Oscar or Golden Globes, she announced a category for the Golden Globes, and it was the funniest thing I have ever seen. First off, she opens the envelope and says the Golden Globes. She opens the envelope and the Oscar goes to, and the Golden Globe goes to. Anyway, yeah. Rachel House. Incredible actress. What is she doing in this movie as the generic villain? She played the assistant to the bad guy in Thor Ragnarok.
I don't remember that movie.
It's fine if you don't. Yeah, no, she is like really good. She was the villain or like one of the antagonists in Soul. Yeah, she played Topaz, I believe is the name of the character in Thor Ragnarok.
The one with the staff, the pointy staff, yes, with Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
Yeah, the second in command.
Even the melty staff. The clip, I do not remember that at all.
Oh, we'll have to watch the clip once we're done recording here because she is so much fun. Yeah, this role just doesn't give her anything to do.
I mean, she had some fun moments, like at the very end with the 3 knives.
That's true.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It went on a bit too long, but it was fun.
Yeah. pretty much.
Jermaine Clement. I was so excited to see him here.
What's that?
He was the auction guy
Oh yeah.
who completely unrecognizable. I was like, is that Jermaine Clement? I'm pretty sure that's Jermaine Clement. And then the credits rolled, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's Jermaine Clement. Also, he was doing like an American accent, which was much better than his American accent in Avatar: The Way of Water, I will say. But yeah, no, he's always fun. I always love seeing him. And weirdly, Matt Berry also here, also related to What We Do in the Shadows. Yeah, always fun to hear him. Weird role for him, but it's just fun. And then we have
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon as Alex. Why didn't they show her face? I assume they want to keep it open for recasting her, but she's like the breakout of SNL from the last 10 years. I guess she hasn't really broken out. But she shows up and stuff. Yeah, just
yeah.
weird that they didn't show her face. She was in Barbie.
Yeah.
Connection back to Barbie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As this is ostensibly a Barbie movie podcast.
Yeah. That's true. Barbie, guys. Hey. It's Barbie.
Oh. Yeah. I give the performances a 3 out of 5. I don't have...
So did I.
I don't have a ton
So
of...
did I. I mean, I wish everyone could match either Jack Black's level or like figure out what tone they're going for.
Yeah. I think the actors are kind of left floundering because the movie doesn't know what it's supposed to be. So you end up with like, yeah, Jack Black who's going...
Because I feel like it would have been fun if all the characters were more caricatures and the actors were just having fun with them, like Jack Black was.
Yeah.
All right.
Onto the sound / music. I thought the score was pretty solid. There were moments where I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting into this. It's not like nothing to write home about, but it's doing its job.
I liked it when they were playing actual Minecraft music, but besides that, it was kind of like, okay, just doing stuff.
Yeah. What did you think of the 3 Jack Black songs?
I was like thrown off so hard. It was like, oh, wait, this is a Jack Black musical? It's like, oh man, this is so Jack Black. I know that he likes doing music and stuff, but it was like, oh, that's an interesting choice to do in a Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
But okay.
I thought they were fun, but dragged on a bit too long.
There were too many.
Them, though.
There's the lava chicken one.
Yeah, I remember the lava chicken and the one at the end.
And then there's the one he sings to his dog.
Yeah, the one to his
dog. Is that like a pre-existing song that has been adapted? I feel like it might have been.
I don't know.
I don't remember anything.
Then there's like the end song where he's rocking out with Jason Momoa, and I actually liked that one. I thought that one was fun.
Yeah. I liked the other two if they were shorter. Yeah. I liked the first couple seconds of them, and I'm like, okay. But after that, I was like, when is this going to stop?
You can very much feel that they're trying to redo the Peaches from Mario, trying to get another Jack Black viral song.
Yeah, but they released the song before the film. Here we were just shocked and surprised that there was a song, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, it was just thrown way off by that. It was like, whoa, what? I like that it was like it was played off as a joke where Jack Black is the only one in the world singing. Everyone else is just staring blankly like, what's going on?
Yeah, and there wasn't even like background music, which was funny too. It's just, yep, he's just singing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I might have misheard, but I'm pretty sure in the auction scene, when the characters walk away, they're using walking sound effects from the Minecraft game.
I'd have to watch it again to know.
I don't know if I heard that.
It might have just been like generic walking on.
Yeah, it might have been
dirt.
Like walking on gravel, which sounds very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah,
possibly.
To me it sounded like I thought there were like good nods to stuff from the game in terms of sound design.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any complaints about the sound, which is why I gave the sound a 3.5 out of 5.
I also gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
So did I.
Yeah, that leaves
Whoa.
a final score of 11 out of 25, which is a 40% or a 2.2 out of 5 stars.
That's 44%, actually.
Oh, 44%.
Emma?
I gave it a 12.5, so this time I'm not bringing down the score, which is a 50% or a 2.5.
Yes. And I have a 13.5 out of 25, which is a 54% or 2.7 in a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Minecraft movie.
I was not expecting much from it, and it met my expectations, which is to say,
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much from it, and it was mostly meeting my expectations, and a few times it was better, so.
Yeah. I was not planning on watching this film, but then you put it on the schedule for us to cover in the podcast.
I figured you would watch it eventually.
Yeah, I would, but I didn't want to see it opening weekend. Anyway, anyway, thank you everyone for listening.
A crowd in the theater.
Oh, I mean, the crowd. We had some crowd. Only one person was laughing.
I should say we did have. There was a kid who was sitting next to us that was like 5 or 6 who was having the time of her life watching the movie. So if you are a kid, this movie will probably appeal to you. But if you are a kid, you probably shouldn't be listening to an hour-and-a-half long episode about Minecraft movie trying to analyze it from any kind of perspective.
Yeah, in my theater, I didn't really hear the kids say or do much, but there was a grandpa who was with his kids. He was just dying the entire time. I was worried that he was going to die out of like laughing. He was coughing and everything. Anyway, like I said, thank you everyone for listening. So make sure to follow us on social media. We're Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Blue Sky. Blue Sky? Is it Blue Sky?
Yes.
And Serialized, and Binging Barbie, a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review and go join our Patreon at patreon.com/Binging Barbie Podcast. Anyway, we'll be back next week to continue our series on the Ice Age movies with Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaur. And until then, Flint and Steel!
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve.
Steve.
And Alex, I guess.
And Alex. Chicken jockey.